Wonder if people can hear me. Let's see. Do I need to share my voice? Include your mic's audio. See if that works. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Oh, there we go. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Right, let me put this in there. Right, let's put this on the chat. Right. Pa 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 pa. Right, let's get live chat on. Good evening, gents. Just trying to get people in, I think. Oracle Red Bull Racing. Evening, Merlin. Lani. Audi Revolut. It's weird seeing these new teams. Stream link. I've already posted it, Zoltan. Let me post it again 30 times for you. Why do I have a DM? I think we're ready enough. Who's in the chat? Dale, Milanist, John, Pigeon, Danny. Talk dirty to me. What would you like me to say, Pidge? Anything for you. I will be very monotonal, and I'm a little under the weather today, guys, so just bear with me. don't feel the best. But I figured I might as well sit here and talk over this, due to the fact that I'm not going to call it comms. Talk over this, as a few people will be excited to see it. I suck. Yep, for talking about feeding me breadcrumbs and monsters. Pigeon, you do so well when I feed you breadcrumbs. I love it when you down that monster and get a heart attack and die. Oh wait, no, that's a bit dark. Okay, maybe not. Talk about Monster Energy Progen. Oh my god, Danny, we need to sort out that title, bro. That's ridiculous. This lobby looks very strong. I feel sorry for the Div 2 and Div 3 guys that are racing here. My lord, is it just like half a Masters lobby? It looks like it. Pigs and Benzilla have still not figured out how to choose tyre selections 12 months into a game. Let's see if they can press the button. Or if they're on standard. Ooh. They didn't want tyres! Pigs and Benzilla both on standard. Good job, guys. I assume this is on standard sort of settings. Somebody come out and do a lap, guys, so I'm not just bored, please. Something to talk about. So I can at least look at the cars or something. We don't care about being super competitive today. Just come out and do a lap, someone. Come on, so I can talk about the cars. That Williams logo looks so stupid, by the way. Not a fan. Right. Oh, someone's coming out. Yay! Haytham! You legend. God, I thought I was just going to be sat here all day. Right, we'll have a look at the broadcast mode. Oh, loads, everyone's coming out now. Oh, Jesus. Haytham, you came out first, you get. So, for those who haven't seen, we have the new straight mode now. That's enabled on every single straight automatically. It's not like DRS where it just opens when you're behind someone, it does just open time. Look at all these new cars we've got. Why are they all like blurred out? So the McLaren looks very similar to last season, it's just a thinner car. The main thing that's going to be important this season is battery management. Battery management is the name of the game. If you don't manage your battery and just go flat out, you are going to be slow as shit. You are going to be seconds on the best. And we're going to see definitely some people get out of the battery there in today's qualifying. So, see how they get on. I predict Lemons a 0. He said he's doing 13 earlier. I reckon there will be 3 seconds, if not more, from top to bottom. Because some people will have got the hang of it, some people won't. I think he's not actually the first car. Who's helping? Oh, Deb. Oh, Deb's back from his hiatus. No idea what's this one. So, that final corner, as you can see, burning all the battery down the straight, overtake mode. It's going to be very important because the lift and post gears will turn off. Not really, just takes it like a normal corner. Regen 20% battery, but not really going to be enough. It's going to run out very quickly if you carry it doing this. You can see down to 10%, 5% battery by turn 4. He is now in what we call the hurt battery, and is going to have a terrible second turn 3 on the timing sheet in U41. Callum disqualified. Starts to go on this year. As you can see, not really getting the battery quite much here. Dev now 22% coming up. A big straight there. He's almost definitely going to go all the way down to 0. And we have nearly nothing for final few corners. Now you can hear his actual traction there a bit. Brilliant work. So, first time across the line, I'm going to estimate it's going to be about 160. It's 116. As sort of expected, not really on the page due to battery management. Here's that with Jack, expecting to be significantly quicker, probably mid-14s, potentially. have we got lemons out on track yet so I can show an example of how you meant to do it? No. Right, so as you can see, quite hard attacking turn 1 here. Turn 3, dirty air doesn't really bother you, so getting completed a little bit early is useful. Attacking turn 4 and is literally brilliant. Hopefully this traffic gets off. Yeah, the game won't have changed, so if you sit on the pit exit you'll get this kind of first stuff. That's still a thing. So, Lemon's on about 30% battery on those back straight. As you can see, these cars are quite well on the way there, and still struggling with how to actually race this thing. Lemon's doing line here for third and 13th. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. So we've got some massive gaps, as I said would be. You've got your 1 and 2 in the league, a bit of a distance ahead. Port's actually got a good lap. Long time not far off. Big surprise, I'd say, Lani and Haytham putting in some solid times so far. They look to have got this down pretty well already. As far as liveries are concerned on this game, can you lower a bit of the noise of the car? Yeah, sure. Let me just hop over here. Player cars, other cars. Let's go for that. So, that should be better. So, liveries this year. So, VCarb kept basically the same livery, but in my opinion it looks a bit worse on this car, in my opinion. It doesn't look quite as flashy. Haas's livery, I'm a big fan of. I think Haas have done a great job. It looks very clean. McLaren looks exactly the same. 13.6 from that. Where's the Audi? Where's the Audi looking game? I think the Audi looks like a bloody, like something you see in DTS at the start of the season when we've not got any liveries unlocked. I think that's such a crappy livery. I appreciate that that Audi are now in it Formula 1, right? I think that's a great thing for the sport, but their livery I think is a bit good, personally. Aston looks like an Aston. It's not changed, the Alpine hasn't changed. A lot of people think that. I don't know about the Mercedes, man. I don't know about this half and half silver and black jobby. I think I preferred the older style Mercedes personally. No real shocks in the grid apart from Haytham so far. I think if we go on board with Haytham for a hot lap, we'll see that he's figured out battery management quite well for him to be up there with pace. But it looks like he's made a mistake there. Lemons and Danny going back and forth. Looks like nothing has changed between 25 and 26 pace-wise with them guys. Rump's going to be coming in the pits now. Right, Haytham, is this a hot lap? Yeah, okay, right. Let's have a look at how Haytham does his battery management, because it looks like he's sort of put this thing out. So, overtake out a final corner, as you would somewhat expect. All the way down to about 45%. Lift and coast and brake quite early before the corner. It's almost like not a lift and coast, it's more like you just brake a bit earlier and a bit more gentle. A lot of battery used before turn 4, once again. Is this optimal? I'm going to find out. Maybe it is optimal on this track to use absolutely loads of battery in Sector 1. Maybe on chat shit. I don't know this yet. If Haytham's quick and he's doing it, then maybe it's a good idea. A little bit wide through the S's up the hill. Down to 10% battery, which surely can't be optimal here. No, 0, 0, all the way down this straight. This will be costing him 3, maybe 4 tenths. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Haytham hasn't figured out the battery just yet. Maybe he's just a bit quick regardless. We do not want to be on 0% on that second straight first. I want to go on board with somebody who's actually figured out the battery system. I'm determined. We'll find someone. So hopefully somebody can come in the chat and go, I'm confident, I know what I'm doing, watch me. Cut that record sometimes. Is Tuck on a lap here? I can't tell. He's just using none. I'm guessing he's on a full down lap. Oh, this looks like Pork's hot lap. Okay. Ah, so Pork does a lot more lifting into turn 1 though. Okay, okay, we've seen somebody lift for the first time. Let's see how Pork gets on here. A lot of battery usage through turn 3. What, lifting before the braking into turn 4. Quite late on the throttle out of 4. Lifting before 5. Okay. See how much more battery Pork is gaining than everyone else through these sections. Lifting before 6 and 7. Now he's got almost 40% to deploy down this back straight. Does that gain you time? Does that lose you time? I don't know. This corner looks very tricky on these cars. I think with the less downforce it's horrendous. So Pork has managed his battery significantly better than everyone else that I've watched. Does that equate to a good lap time? We're about to find out. 14.1. So yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. I don't know if he's got it down optimally, but I feel like he's more on the right track than a lot of others. Tuck's wiggling, he's good enough. So Danny on 50% coming around the final 2 corners. We've got a lot of what would be called impeding in the old game here going on, but I don't know if people are just giving each other slipstream or what. Danny with a 13.5. So we're going to go on board with Lemons again for what will be his... Is this his final run? No, second to last run probably. How does the #1 driver in PGR adapt to these new regulations? Can he improve his lead from Danny? 9 1/1000ths up at the moment. So, overtake mode, straight mode, both combined for absolutely ridiculous acceleration down the straight. To about 65% battery. Not much lifting coast from Lemons there, still attacking the corner very aggressively like it's off on 25. Is that still the meta? Battery out of 3. Again, no lifting coast into 4. It looks to me like Lemons is just driving aggressively like he's on 25 still. I mean, it's working for him, he's quick, but is it optimal? I don't know. It's very interesting. If you said to me, is this a lap between Lemons on 25 or 26, it looks very similar. Like it doesn't look... But he's running out of loads of battery on this back straight. Surely this isn't correct, right? Or maybe I'm chatting shit. He's going to come into traffic here. If this Mercedes could get out of the way, that would be lovely. Mercedes says, fuck you, I'm not getting out of the way. And just impedes the fuck out of them. Who is that we're going to call him? That's Viking. Viking, do not impede people, please. Okay, so Viking into turn 1. Again, everyone's using a huge amount of battery into turn 1. I'm focusing on the battery deployment because it's the most different thing in qualifying now. So Viking a 10th up into turn 1. Where is he currently? P10. Quite a big gap from 9 to 8 at the minute. All your sort of top drivers are the top drivers at the minute. You would sort of expect Pigeon and Tuck went quite well, comparatively. That dude Jack's struggling comparatively at the moment. Danny takes provisional pole off Lemons with a 0.4. You can really hear that full traction, so full traction is still costing people time. You can hear it through Viking's car there. Is Viking going to improve here? He does not. 1/1000th off. Is anybody on a hot lap? Cork looks to have abandoned his potentially. Yeah. Danny taking the... Oh, Danny! Oh! Nearly comms cursed you there. Who's on a hot lap here? Looks like Pigeon is. Let's go on board with Pigeon. He's doing really well. Pigeon is back, it looks like. Really wheel flicks into turn 1 there. Really aggressively. Esports style F125 turning from Pigeon there. He is going to set a first sector of 21.9. He is half a tenth off his PB at the moment. He doesn't really need much time though to get P3. Danny and Lemon's on another planet. Let's see if he can nab P3 off Pork here. Oh, that's... yeah, how's that not invalidated? That was a very poor turn 6 and 7. I'd imagine he's probably invalidated or lost some time there. Plenty of battery left for the back straight. Yeah, he's 7/10 off now. This lap's abandoned. Let's go on board with Tuck. So Tuck looking to improve and take that P3 off the pole. 22.0 first sector, about a 10th off as well. A lot of people struggling on the final runs here. Consistency obviously in the mud on these first laps. He does only need 4/100ths to take P3 off Pork though. Lovely turn 6 and 7 though. Is he up through sector 2? He is, a 10th, that'd be enough. I keep calling them 6 and 7, it's 7 and 8. Oh. Right. Can Tuck knock Pork off his P3 pedestal? Let's find out. Ran out of battery at the end there, is that going to hurt him? No, P3. Good job from Tuck, 13.9. He's gone a bit early though, so he's vulnerable to those behind. Who are potentially going to be on laps now. Is this Zoltan's final hot lap? It looks like it's Zoltan's final hot lap if he uses battery out there. Yeah, it is. So Zoltan, another one, he needs 1.5 tenths. No, he needs about 2 tenths to take P3, which is probably what's achievable. Let's see if we can hook one up here. I know he's been spending all his time on the Mad Ring today. Let's see if he's actually got quick at Spain. 20% battery left out of turn 9. He is 2 tenths up. Oh, but a big snap of ABS lockage into turn 10. I don't know if that's going to hurt him. 37% battery left though for the final few corners. That dude jacked the tyres. He's decided I've had enough. Zoltan to the line. Is it going to be a 13.9, 13.8 that he needs, or is that mistake going to cost him? 13.7, that is P3, more or less secured, I would have thought. Let's go on board with somebody else. We've not seen a lot from Jay Tyler yet. So Jay Tyler needs around a 10.5 to usurp Pigeon of P6. Does have a car in front of him here. Hopefully that doesn't cause him any impede. Ooh. Big mistake through turn 2. He's on the grass through 3. It does not look like a clean first sector from Jay Tyler. I would expect him to be down a few tenths here. 22.0. No, he's up. What the fuck did you do last time through sector 1? Okay. 14.2. Still is time to beat. About half a tenth up. He's on for a 14.15 at the minute. Let's see if he can pick up the time through sector 2. Pigs, Viking, and a few others have completed their laps. Hatham up to P9, looks like best for the rest at the moment. Pigeon over the line for P6. Is Jay Tyler up on his time here? No, he's down. Very poor battery usage from Jay Tyler, it looks like here. Probably hurting him quite a lot. Unless he gets 2 tenths through the final sector, which is unlikely. It looks like he's going to be stuck in P7 or P8 for the race. Zoltan across the line decides he is done. Danny takes pole officially, unless Tuck or Rump can do something crazy, which is unlikely. No, they're done, it looks like. So, Danny takes our first pole of F1 26 social race. Good job to Danny. Danny and Lemons on another planet, as you sort of expect. But Haytham, the standout of the sort of lower bracket there with a 14.5 and P10. Good job from Haytham. A lot of people struggling, I'd imagine, with Lift and Coast and the new battery management. But let's see how they progress as the season goes. We're just waiting for... Tucker's decided not to retire and to get himself wheeled into the pits, so just bear with him as his team slowly wheel his fat ass into the pit box, and then we'll be into the race. Can I lower engine sounds again? Okay, yeah, bear with me. I have lowered them again. A Cadillac on pole. So Danny, it looks like Danny had around 5/10 of track improvement, or improvement in general. Lemons 4/10. Tuck barely improved. Looks like about, yeah, it looks about 3/4 of track improvement there. Oh, Grim has left. Battery is very annoying, says Lemons in the chat. Oh, Brent, if you see this, the social race is on Friday for that one. Right, I'd imagine we're going to see a lot of crazy strategies here. God, what's it taking so long? I suppose there's people choosing their strategies and stuff. People manually putting in setups. 0-0 wings. Right, what we got? We got many tyres, or is everyone gone boring? Let's see. Which one is the tyres? Oh, there it is. Oh, boring! Medium, 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 hilly, medium, medium, grim, medium, 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 medium. Boring. It's a social race, guys. Have a look at this Cadillac of Danny's. First time I've ever seen it near the front of a Grand Prix. Cadillac looks alright in game, to be fair. How's the racing on this? Hi Brasco, you said you were coming back and then never did a race. Are you coming back for 26? You can see how the racing is in a minute, good sir, as Lemons has just touched Danny's booty. Nice. You can see how the racing is in a second. This is the first release day, mate, so I'd imagine people are going to be a bit all over the place. But it does look like the racing's a bit better because Dirty Air's not as bad. So, very early days. Yeah, it literally came out this afternoon, Brasco, so 4 PM, so... This is just literally a fuck about, so sort of thing. The Red Bull looks lovely with those glistening colours. But yeah, if you've got the game, Danny, come get involved in some social races, man. We've got loads going on. Who should we be on board with? Let's go on board with Rump. Rump's been on no TC new, I think, and has been a little bit spinny with it. Why is broadcast mode just stuck looking at the side of his car? That's weird. Oh, because whoever the second Cadillac is trolling. Oh, it's Dale. Nice. Right. It's 5 red lights out and away we go. Oh, Red Bull got a very good start, whoever that is. Tuck. Nice. As we go flying down into turn 1, we're 3 abreast of P2. Are we going to have a spin? Oh, big crash at the back. Nice. Milanist and that looked like Callum AV. How's everyone else got through turn 1, 2? Looks like reasonably smoothly. We've got some good battling going on for P1 already. Cars are too wide into turn 4. How's it going to go? We've got Danny and Lemons fighting tooth and nail, as they have been all season in Masters in the old cars. Now in the new cars, they refuse to stop being too wide. There are other cars right on their rear as well, looking to get involved. It looks very racy to begin with, this. Too wide through 7 and 8, you absolute lunatics, as Danny decides to back out. Madness as we begin. As we're too wide up and down the field, it looks like here. And there's been a spinner up the top of the field as they came over the top. That was Jay Tyler. What a shock. He spun out. Had an incident early on as he come up over the top of turn 9 as Lemons has resumed the lead early on. So can these cars follow closely through the final corner? That is answered immediately by Tuck as he follows Zoltan within a tenth of the final corner. You did that on the last game, you went flying off the track. So now we have straight mode enabled for everyone, but we do not have overtake mode enabled. Now we do have overtake mode enabled for everyone below P1. As you can see, Lemons has the yellow battery, everyone else has the blue, which means that they've got a little bit more battery and a little bit more power to play with. Can anybody get moves done with this overtake mode in mind? Let's see. Hilly looks to have gone off there, struggling a little bit. We've got some fighting going on further up the field as Benzilla takes Haytham into turn 7. Where else are the fights going on? We want to see them. Haytham coming back at Benzilla now. You see these battery deployment methodologies are very interesting. They mean people will attack in different places. We've got Pigs and Lani too wide through turn 10 and 11. As a bit of touch in there, Pigs goes a little bit wide on the apex, but Lani keeps ahead. Good battling from those guys. Jack is struggling behind. Rump is right up the backside of Hassan as we've had another spinner. That is Rage. Can he use the battery to full effect here? No, he cannot. Danny's still behind Lemons as Pigs overtakes Lani into turn 1 there. So, a reminder, once again, overtake mode is enabled for most drivers within a second here. This racing does look a lot better to me though. It looks like there's more fighting, more wheel to wheel. It's very early days obviously, so take it with a pinch of salt, but looks like it's you're more capable of fighting. Looks like it's going to be easier to stay in DRS trains, but you're more capable of fighting. You can see a lot of people are struggling with the battery management already though. That dude Jack is all over the place. Benzilla's got a lot of battery and the cars in front of him don't. Are we going to see a move from Benzilla here? Oh, Larney's gone a little bit wide. Viking Fox gives him a little touch there. The two cars in front of him too wide. Is Benzilla going to look to sneak up the inside here? No, he's nearly lost it on the inside curb. That curb in the inside of 12 is a bitch. I've spun on that many times. Looks like Lemons has the upper hand on Danny at the moment. Oh, look at that exit from Benzilla. Phenomenal. As Viking has a little wobble. But Viking using the battery, and you can now see the battery versus the no battery as Viking runs out, and Benzilla managing it better means he easily gets that move done into turn 1. That is the difference the battery makes here, guys. It's going to be very important this year. That battery management is everything. And Pigeon looking to attack Pork here. Unconventional place to overtake potentially into turn 5 here. As Pork looks to get the switch back on Tuck, who made a mistake. He's got that done. Now Pigeon looks for a move opportunistic into 7 and 8. Tuck gets pushed a little bit wide there, but just proving that you can overtake just about anywhere on this game. Very impressive. We've got another spinner in the Grim Sleeper who has turned his assist back off and is clearly struggling a little bit. So Pork has more or less been broken out of overtake, not DRS, overtake. Looks like there's some battles going on further down the grid between the two McLarens as Ratkin gets past Haytham. He needs to stay in that overtake boundary. The line, it might be worth pointing out, the line, oh, Ratkin goes wide. You can see now clearly on the track map, I'm pointing at it guys, but you can see that you can't. Clearly on the track map you can see just before turn 13, the second to last corner, you can see a big blue marker which looks like a little radar icon. That is where the overtake line now is. So very clear. You can also see the pink straight line modes on the track map. It's a lot easier to see than it was before. So that's interesting. They've made that a little bit better. Rattigan looks to either be very good or very bad at braking. I can't tell which one it is at the moment. But Haytham out of the overtake range, but Rattigan didn't get it due to his being ahead before the final corner this way at time round. But it looks like gaps are starting to appear. Maybe it's not as easy to follow as we initially thought. Polk is now firmly out of that overtake range of Zoltan, Danny and Lemons. Do I think there's going to be many moves made on this straight? Let's have a look. So Pigs behind Benzilla here. No, he's a bit too far back there, I think. Oh, Tuck and Pigeon. Maybe. Tuck is right on the back of Pigeon here, going for a move into turn 4. Pigeon's got nothing to answer that. Completely out of battery, but looks for the switchback. There was a little nudge there. It looked like that little nudge really unsettled Tuck there, as Hassan looks to be opportunistic into the 5 here. Take advantage of the contact in front. As Pigeon loses it on traction, this could be a disaster into 7 and 8 here if one of them doesn't yield. Tuck decides better of it to back out. But Pigeon looking to be struggling a little bit with the traction control here. I'm not focusing on the leaders right now, as it doesn't look like there is a lot going on. Lemons leads, Danny can't get past him, and Zoltan is stuck in that train as well. As we have another yellow flag, that is again for the Grim Sleeper, who has spun around. Danny, the closest he's been in a couple of laps though, is he going to think about attacking Lemons here? How much overspeed does he have realistically? And the answer is not a lot. Not a lot of overspeed there, but he now has overtake. Viking Fox has decided to box early, that is committing to a 2-stop I believe. Which is usually not optimal at Spain, but we'll see. So Danny has the overtake mode, so he regens a bit more battery. And he's got a bit more power than Lemons now, who, as you can see, is flashing in front of him, because he is regenning himself. But it looks like Danny and Zoltan are just slowly but slowly using this overtake lap on lap to build up the battery a bit more than Lemons can, and if he can't break that DRS, they will attack. Lani gets past that dude Jack, something which I definitely didn't expect to say today, as we've got another spinner, and it's Ratigan, who is really struggling to get going again. One thing we did say in testing earlier today is that if you do go round, it's difficult to get going again. But remember guys, this is just a mess around race. There is no implications if you mess up, so just get the laps in, get the practice, no matter how bad you are or how good you are, just get the laps in. Very important. So Danny, again, not close enough to attack just yet. Is anybody close enough to attack? Ratigan is round again out of 11. Had a bit of a rough time with this first one. Is that dude Jack going to go for something crazy here on Lani? No, but he does seem to have a bit more speed than him at the moment. This is Danny's very close to the rear end of Lemons. Is he maybe thinking about attacking somewhere that isn't the straight? If he's struggling to make ends meet on the straight, can he look to attack somewhere else? Zoltan also keeping Danny honest here. I think if Danny doesn't go for a move soon, but Zoltan might look to attack him in somewhere unusual. We'll stay on board with the leaders, because I think this is going to develop quite nicely in the next little while. Look at the insane overtakes speed that you get out of corners. It's almost frightening. Lani picks up 3.9. Danny is the closest he's been, 2.5 tenths, but he's made a mistake through 13. Still 3 tenths behind, 2.5 tenths behind as he comes out the final corner. Can Lemons defend this? We're going to go on board with Lemons and look behind and see if Danny is gaining. He is gaining. He is gaining, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough into turn 1 again. Lemons just has enough battery to defend. I think what you really need to do on this game, if you've got the overtake mode, it looks like you need to pressure the guy in front of you through the whole lap. Make him use the battery that he doesn't have, that you have, so that you can get him on the straight. But the thing is, with such a small battery capacity, it's hard to motivate yourself to use a little bit more. Because you just, like, oh, if I use him more, I'm going to be in real trouble here. So, I think that that's the methodology I would use. If I was Danny or Zoltan now, I'd be pushing Lemon around the track and trying to get him to use. He's obviously got less battery, right? Because he doesn't have the overtake mode. And every single lap he doesn't. So you just got to keep attacking. And eventually, you're going to make headway because they don't have the regen. You know, that's the logic here. And Danny, as I say that, Danny now goes for the attack on Lemons. They're too wide through 12. As Lemons takes the position back there. But Danny now, he keeps making that mistake of going just over the curb into 13, that's unsettled on his car. So Danny again, a little bit behind here into the straight, but Zoltan maybe looking at a move here after Danny's mistake out of 12. Could he look to dive here? No, just doesn't quite make the headway. Very similar straight line speed, pigeon mailboxes. Caught kind of in no man's land here doing his own race. But it is an interesting tactical battle between these two. But it looks like if you are going to do this, push somebody around the track sort of, you kind of got to do it and then take a couple of laps to regen and then do it again. Because you can't regen all the battery you need to in one lap. It's definitely something that's gone, which I really like. There's people just sitting in none on 100% battery. Looks to be gone. Which is great. I haven't seen anybody on 100% battery. But, you know, Danny, ooh, big slide there. Lemon's a big slide there. Oh, and another big slide from Lemons. Opportunistic. Here comes the move from Danny. Lemons again takes the inside line into 12. They're too wide. Very close together here again, but Danny has kept it close, and Lemons has gone for the undercut. Lap 10 box. Now Danny is free. He's going to need a very strong lap here if he thinks about keeping that undercut. So Zoltan now going for the move and takes the lead of this race into turn 1. Understeer quite heavy into turn 1. Danny might look for a move back here into 4. But no, Zoltan's using his battery, he should be safe. Have we got any fights going on down the grid? Jay Tyler a little bit behind Haytham here. Hasn't quite got the legs for a move. Lemons has come out in clean air, so that undercut's going to work beautifully for him. He has 4.5 seconds clean air, so he's going to comfortably be ahead of Zoltan and Danny now. I would imagine, as long as the undercut's still reasonably strong in this game. I wouldn't imagine it's as crazy as it was in 25, because Tyler's not as high, but it'll still be decent. Jay Tyler looks to be struggling a little bit here. I'd expect him to be running up to the back of Haytham, as Lemons is disconnected. Oh dear. Let me ping that man an invite. Lemons, where are you? Well, there goes the undercut. Lemons, invite sent. Okay. Hopefully he can get back in pretty quickly. Lemons leaving joint hindrance, says Donny Brasco. Yeah, mate. So, Zoltan comes out. He should come out in this clean air behind, well, just ahead of Lemons now because of the AI, I would imagine. Lemons has joined back. How much time has he lost? He's lost the undercut for sure. Hang on. Why is Lemons on mediums? Is Bro 2 stopping? Hopefully he can take back control of his car. That would be good. I don't see him back in the car yet, that's concerning. Maybe he's got a bug or he can't join or something. Or is he racing and it's just bugged out on my screen? No, that's definitely not him driving, that's the AI. Oh, he must not be able to take over. That's frustrating for him. He looked like he was in the fight for the win here. Danny going for a very long stint on the mediums. I wonder what his plan is here. If he's still not boxed, does he try and take those mediums long and then use softs? Alternate strategy maybe? Does that do jackknife boxes? Lemons back in his car yet? Oh yeah, he is, finally. Okay, he just had some issues. So 3.2 seconds to Zoltan, and he's got a box again. I think that's kind of screwed him a bit, but it's Lemons, you know, if anyone can do something crazy, he can. So, fights going on. Let's have a look. So as you can see, Zoltan, the leader, is going to be coming up on the back of Dev, who is the car in last, who has not boxed yet. Very soon. We're going to see old tyres versus new tyres. I would imagine this lap on next. Dev should be boxing, I imagine. Maybe 12, 13, 14. If he doesn't box this lap, Zoltan's going to be on the back of him. Dev obviously has taken quite a long hiatus, so it's going to take him a little while to get his pace back. Lemon's gaining quite quickly on Zoltan here. As a load of people have now gone in the box. Benzilla, Lani, Danny stays out again. So Zoltan did not get overtake mode there on Dev, but Dev has stayed out. So I would expect the net leader here to be on the back quickly. We've got a spinner. It's Hilly again, I think, who is somewhat struggling. I believe he's probably turned his assists off here. Who's that McLaren? Oh, Haytham, did he just have a wobble? So now we've got Zoltan being held up here by these two cars. He goes for a move around the outside of turn 4, but two cars in his way. How can he navigate this well? He dives down the inside on Haytham. Haytham leaves him a good amount of room. He gets that move done quite cleanly. Now he's got to navigate past Dev, who's clearly on the old tyres. You can see the grip difference through turns 8 and 9. How hard is Dev going to defend this? How hard can Dev defend this? Zoltan looking to go to the inside and dives down. There's a bit of contact there, pushes Dev a little bit wide. Is there an argument there that there wasn't enough space left, or did Zoltan understeer? We would be asking that question in the steward's room as Danny now boxes. I reckon Danny's going to come out behind Lemons ahead of Pigeon. or maybe just behind Pigeon. He's going to have clearly got undercut, unless he had some crazy pace. Let's see where Danny comes out here. So behind Lemons, it looks like we've got a Mercedes which is disconnected. I assume that's Viking in front of him, but he's got all this traffic to navigate. We're now going to stay on board with Danny as he motors past your boy Dev out of turn 3 into turn 4. So Lemon's in front of him. Zoltan's still stuck in traffic here as well. Very interesting traffic situation. Danny looks to be very smooth and in control. There's contact between Lemons and Haytham, and that allows Danny to smooch on by. Danny getting through the traffic a little bit smoother than Lemons has. Not sure if Lemons picked up any damage there. Is it easy to see the damage on the wing on this car? No, it doesn't look like he's got damage there, so just a bit of time lost for him. Zoltan now stuck behind Jay Tyler, who's on 14 lap old mediums. How quickly can he navigate this? There's nothing you can do through these corners, obviously. Jay Tyler now goes into the box, which releases Zoltan out into freedom, the race leader. Tuck now on 15 lap old mediums. One of only 3 cars left on track to box. Might be going for a medium soft here, as we've got yellow flagged again. Hilly really struggling with turn 10 and 11 traction zone, it looks like today. It is a tricky one. So Zoltan now 1.2 seconds to Danny, 1.2 to Lemons. Lemons obviously on the older tyres due to the AI kind of screwing him over with a disconnect. Hawk now trying to navigate all of this traffic that everyone else has had to. He's now 2 wide with Dev. I can see a big incident coming here if there's 3 wide. Yep, called it. Called it. 3 wide. Out of 5 into 7. Absolute disaster. Why on earth would you make that 3 wide? Pigeon, I think that one might be on you there, mate. Making that 3 wide out of turn 5. You've got to be careful navigating this traffic. But I'd have to see it again. So, obviously that has hindered Pigeon and Dev a bit there. We have Danny right on the back of Zoltan now. That medium tyre that he has stayed out on the undercut, clearly not as strong as it used to be. As Haytham and Dev now box, Tuck now the only car on the track who has not boxed. He is clearly trying to do something crazy on these mediums. Must be a medium soft. So Danny now behind Zoltan. Can Lemons catch them up on these old mediums? The thing is, surely Lemons and Danny can't go to the end, right? Because they started on mediums, right? I am correct in saying that, yeah. So Zoltan is 1 stopping, they're 2 stopping. They're going to have to navigate all that traffic that gave them so many issues again. Let's see how they get on with that. If anybody's got any questions in the chat about the game, or about PGR, or about anything we're doing this season, I am looking at it. If you want me to answer anything during these, just let me know, and I'll answer anything I can. Or if you wanted me to focus on something in particular, or talk about something in particular, I'm more than happy to. Danny is now right up the rear of Zoltan. You could not do this on the last game. Within 2 tenths, 80% battery. Surely Zoltan's going to struggle to defend this. No, it looks like the straight line speed. Zoltan's got phenomenal straight line speed. Wow. Okay. Setup difference there, I'm guessing. It's going to be hard for Danny to overtake him in the straights, but on this game you can now overtake in the corners. So, he goes round the outside into turn 4. There's 2 wide, there's still 2 wide. Is room left? Room is left. Turn 5, entry, still 2 wide. Zoltan understeers. Danny takes the inside line and is now clear of Zoltan. Can Zoltan stay in that DRS with Danny on relatively fresh mediums? Tuck now on 17 lap old mediums, you absolute psychopath. That is crazy. Racing actually looks fun on first impressions, says Danny Brasco. Yeah, mate, it looks to me more like 2021 racing than this current set of regs. Tuck now in the box, finally. We'll stay on board with him, see where he comes out. I estimate he's going to come out maybe either behind Rump's train or ahead of Rump. I'm not sure. It's somewhere in that sort of region. I don't know what the pit loss is here, if I'm honest. As Lemons comes in for his final stop also. Oh, Tuck's going to be well clear of Rump. Yeah, I was a bit off with that. So, Tuck now free air, fresh softs. What can he do? He's also going to take these 14 laps, which is some effort. Yeah, Braska, this is the first time I've seen racing also, mate, so I'm just talking about what I see, really. But it looks... I am hopeful, you know. A lot of people, when we first got the info about the game, were complaining about the lift and coasting. To me, it doesn't look that bad. But also, they had to put it in the game, because if they put super clipping in the game, it would have been a disaster. For anybody who knows anything about super clipping, it just basically automatically makes you stop going fast at a certain point on the straight because you run out of battery. Imagine you do that in front of somebody on an online race. It's like brake checking them. It'd be atrocious. So yeah, Danny has managed to clear quite a gap on Zoltan here. Hassan managing to catch up to Pork as well. Tuck making beautiful inroads on Pigeon, who was on 9-lap-old hards. Come on, Danny, buy it and come do some races with us on this race. Beautiful Scottish bastard. Right, Rump lining up a move potentially on Benzilla here, but a bit low on the battery to think about the move just yet. But overtake mode for him, not overtake mode for Benzilla. So, right, we're now going to see a significant tyre advantage to the Pigeon here. These guys are pretty equal in pace, it looks like so far. Another yellow flag for Hilly, I believe. Oh no, that's McLaren. McLaren off. Is that Rattigan? Rattigan's gone off quite spectacularly and has then dropped it again, trying to get back on the track, and dropped it again, trying to get back on the track. Can he get going? Sorry, Tuck, I missed your overtake on Pigeon because I was watching John spin many times. Okay, John is now going again. Go on, John. Your tyres might be overheating, so take a little bit easy, sir. So Pigeon now just trying to keep up with Tuck, but you can see the tyre advantage through the corner. Second, 1.1. He's gaining so quick. Can Tuck catch up to those runners in front of him, and how quick will the soft die off? So, we've got Danny on a 2-stop, P1, 2 seconds ahead. Zoltan on a 1-stop, P2. Pork on a 1-stop, P3. Hassan on a 1-stop, P4. Tuck potentially going to the end on those softs. And then we've got Lemons on fresh softs now, 2.6 behind. Jay Tyler and Lani, and he's going to be coming up on them very quickly. Interesting that we're seeing softs in races for this. Maybe people are just testing, but haven't seen these in 25 at all. So we've got another spinner. I think it's Hilly again. Hilly struggling to deal with the TC, I think, on this game so far, but it is very early days. Expected. To anybody that's decided to drop some assists for this game, I will just say, stick with it. Stick with it. It'll get better. It's going to suck for a bit. Put the time in. It'll get better. Now is don't turn them back on because you'll regret it, and you'll just never turn them off. Lemon's now within overtake range of Jay Tyler and Lani. Jay Tyler and Lani, 5 and 7-lap-old hards, so he should dispatch of them relatively easily, but he's not going to have much of an advantage in the straight, so it's going to be interesting to see how and when he gets these done. Nobody has any battery between these three, so it's going to be pure tyre pace, pure grip. Let's see what happens. Danny liked the overcut last time, and it looks like he's going to go for it again. Tuck is making inroads on Hassan, but too slowly. I think those softs are already dying off for him. He has gapped Pigeon by 4.6. Lemons isn't quite dispatching of these as quick as I thought. Lemon's probably desperate to get past these now. Is he going to think about a big old dive bomb into turn 10? Yes, he is. Jay Tyler gives him absolutely no room. He had to back out that one, or he was dead. Let's see, I'm just going to copy a channel, bear with me. Jay Tyler and Lani now fighting on the straight. They've both got no battery. This is going to be very tight. We're going to watch it from Lemons as POV. Ooh, we cut across very aggressively there, Jay Tyler. Good job, Lani backed out, or there would be death. Okay, so Lemons now has a bit more battery than these cars. Look at the acceleration difference into turn 4, down the inside. Nice and easy. Aston off here. Who's that? That's Benzilla. He's made a mistake. Lani trying to fight back though with the big dog. He's going around the outside of Lemons. He fancies some into turn 8 and 9, but Lemons takes the correct line. It is hard to fight back through there. Took now on the back of Hassan. Has made very good progress on those soft tyres. I thought they'd died off a bit, but I was wrong. Can Lemons get past Jay Tyler? Because he is the blockade, stopping him from free air right now. Right, so... Oh, 2 cars in the wall? Who was that? Was that Rage and someone else? Oh no, it was just Rage in the wall. Or was it Viking as well? No, it was just Rage. Okay. It looked like 2 cars. Or was that a safety car? Ooh. Ooh, safety car. Ooh. Interesting. What do you do? What do you do here? Well, I mean, the leaders, there's going to be, what? A lot of catching up to do. There's going to be, I'd say, 6 or 7 racing laps. Danny probably was going to box anyway, so he gets a free pit stop. I'd imagine everyone in the top, I think everyone boxes, actually. Looking at the tyre situation, I'd be surprised if anyone doesn't box. But what tyres have people got left? A lot of people two-stop and they might not have the tyres. Interesting choice for people. Danny is boxing. Zoltan boxing. Bulk boxing. I think everyone will box it, and we'll just have a fight to the end. Let's see. Yeah, sorry guys, I would be streaming on the Power Grid Twitch, but I didn't have time to. This was kind of pretty ad hoc. Okay, so we've got a rainbow of tyres. I have no idea what is the fastest tyre to the end from here. I would probably say soft tyre. So, Danny and Hassan may be advantage. Pork is definitely a disadvantage. Hard to definitely not remember this amount of laps left. Not in this game. Pigeon's got 1 mediums. Has anybody stayed out? Doesn't look like it. So positions will be as they were unless anybody double stacked. Doesn't look as easy to overtake as I thought it would be. Just checking the old phone, guys. See if anything's on fire in the server. No, we're all good, everyone's happy. Cool. So, my prediction. Let's do a quick prediction. Danny wins. Soft to the best tyre. Actually, how many racing laps is it? If it waits like it does on the old game, which it should do, we're waiting on the Lanist, right, who is 2 sectors beyond. He's not going to be caught up. until at least end of next lap. Which means we've got 7 laps of racing max. Are the softs or mediums better? Are the 7 laps here? It might be the mediums. If it's 26 we race, it might be advantage Zoltan. If it's 27 or 8, I'd probably say it's Danny. Pork, however, is going to be under a lot of pressure at the start from Hassan and Tug. And also Lemons on Jay Tyler and Jack. Oh, Callum's decided to box, that's interesting. And he's decided to put fresh softies on. I would show you guys the safety car. I don't think anything's changed with the safety car and restart. Really? I don't see the safety car enough to tell you if anything's changed. I'm too slow. So, interesting, Milanist has now decided to box. If the safety car waits for him, we're going to be doing not many laps. Why is he... Oh, a bit of lag. It's so weird, the Cadillac looked kind of like the Haas from on board. It's kind of hard to tell them apart. Is there a Cadillac next to a Haas? Oh, I could do this. So Cadillac, Haas. Cadillac, Haas. Yeah, man, they look horribly similar in this POV. Ugh. People on comms are going to get that wrong a few times, I feel. Fair play to Hilly, he's still going. Many spins later. Struggling a bit with the assists. It'll come. Doing laps is the best way. So retiring early is a terrible idea when you've had a few spins. So we're doing... So it's going to be at least 27. Tuck needs to let me past, says Lee. Why have that dude Jack and Joe Tyler just swapped positions? Enjoying the I want to unlap myself. Where are you? Are you just behind Tuck? I can't... Oh my god, there's loads of cars between you and Tuck. Oh no, it's you and... Viking? I don't know. Enjoying the chaos, says Pidge. Yeah, I mean, I want to be able to drive today, man, but I've had a hospital procedure today, so I'm not able to. So, unfortunately, watching is where I'm at. You know, I don't usually do comps, but I figured it might be good. You know, some people might have some questions about the game, and it'll give people a bit of insight to an actual race as opposed to just doing GP or TT laps or whatever. And, I mean, it's given me some insight as well. My main concern was the lift and coast, right? And it looks like it's more of a problem. It looks like it's more of a quali thing than a race thing. I thought we'd be stopping like hundreds of meters early into corners and stuff in the race. It doesn't look like that's the case. It looks a bit more like 24's racing, except the cars are smaller, with a mix of 21, which is great. But obviously we're going to have to get the drivers' POVs. It's just what I'm seeing from spectator. Guarantee some people won't like it, some people will. It's the nature of anything. So lap 27, I'd say it's fairly even between Danny and Zoltan on tyres here. We're going to go on board with Hassan, because Hassan has the softies and Pork has the hards. Hassan has had a terrible restart. Tuck's gonna frog him. Can Tuck be late on the brakes here? Hassan locks up. Good battle going on here between these two. Tuck backs out of it, thinks better of it. Pigeon gets 10 seconds for ignoring a yellow flag. I wonder what that was for. Maybe he overtook somebody under the safety car. Lemons gets past Jay Tyler. That dude Jack is all over the back of Rump. Oh, can these two not race each other, please? I can't be arsed with it. No. These two hate each other, please. Why are they always next to each other, bro? Oh, someone's off. That was Hilly. Grip Hilly. Lemons with an incredible grip. That was insane. You could see the tyre difference out of turn 9. Goes for a dive down the inside. Oh, locks up a little bit. And Jack goes wide and has a little mistake himself. Jack seems to be struggling on the traction on this game quite a bit. Lemon's now on the back of Rump, who's already considerably dropped off the back of Pigeon. And I say that, Pigeon is in the wall. Pigeon, don't do that. Benzilla all over the back of Lani here. Lani with very little battery. You're going to see battery versus no battery here. Look at the difference in overspeed. That is why battery is so important to manage on this game, as Benzilla clears Lani with complete ease. Lemon's now on the charge, has been released from Rump, and will be on the charge onto the back of Tuck and Hassan. 2.3 seconds. Can he make up that gap? I'd imagine he can. Oh, I've been tagged. Dragon 10 seconds speeding the pit lane. Who's tagged me? Okay, so Lemon's already down to 1.8 here. Sultan's overtaken Danny. I'm sorry I missed that. Can Danny get him back? Looks like taking that inside curve is not a good idea. Oh my god, Danny's extra grip through the final corner. But it wasn't enough. Zoltan able to defend. Oh, Danny gets a horrible bit of understeer there. Pork now looking on the attack. Danny thinks better of it for now, but has the overtake, so has a bit more battery than Zoltan. Lemon's dropped off a little bit there, must have made a mistake. Danny not attacking just yet. Thing is, every lap he doesn't attack, so Zoltan's going to get a bit more tyre than him. Pork's still in the fight on those hards, so the hard's definitely not a bad tyre. Oh, we've had a spinner. Oh no, Benzilla. Benzilla seems to be struggling with the traction on this game as well. Had a couple of little moments on this one. Jay Tyler and Jack too wide. Danny picks up 3. That's Danny out of the running then. Can Jay Tyler attack here? I don't think so, because I think Jack's done better with his battery management. Took pushing Hassan around turn 3. Anyone could win this from the top 5 really, apart from Danny who's got his 3 seconds now, but realistically, I mean, Tuck needs to clear Hassan if he wants a chance. I think the mediums will be starting to get a bit better than the softs. It looks like Tuck has more pace right now. Jay Tyler and Jack too wide. This is going to go really well. And Jack backs out of it. Jay Tyler takes P8. As Jack now has significantly more speed. Pork gets Danny, maybe. Oh, bit of contact there. A bit of punting going on. Turn 12 inside line. Pork, don't ride that curb, but you're going to go into the wall. Danny takes. Pork takes P2 from Danny. The hards to be taking over right now. Or the softs seem to be dying off, rather. A giant train of cars all going down the straight here. Who's going to make a move? Oh, Hassan with a late dive down the inside for Danny, but backs out of it. Good job, as that would have been an incident. Tuck with phenomenal overspeed out of turn 3 there. Hassan had no answer to that at all. Takes P4 and gets himself in the running for a podium here. Now net podium for Tuck. It looks like Zoltan's starting to run away a bit. Those mediums are now definitely the optimal tyre. Lemon's on the back of this flying pack, but All the two V-carbs trying to kill each other. Pigs, that is very aggressive, pushing Jay Tyler off on the exit of the corner. I'm sure Jay Tyler will not be overly happy with that. Not an awful lot of room left. As now Jay Tyler comes back at him into turn 10, overspeed central, as he takes the move. There's a spinner behind, that is Larney. Larney's had contact with someone, and Jay Tyler has decided to completely close the door on Pigs in reaction to the early move, and has spun him. New game, so, back to the leading pack. Hawk now probably has his one lap of tyre advantage, but doesn't really have the battery to challenge, I don't think. I think it's Zoltan's win unless somebody can do something crazy here. Tuck's feeding ground of turn 3 doesn't seem to have done him any favours this time. Because maybe he's going to look for a move. He doesn't really have the tyres here. Rump and Jack too wide. This always ends well. Jack goes very deep into turn 5 and Rump spins of his own accord. He's not going to be a happy chappy there. But he's done very well on the traction, to be fair to him. He's done very well for a first race on it. So it looks like Zoltan's going to win our first, I'm not even going to call it a social race, our first little race of F1 26. Competitive throughout from a large amount of drivers. Phenomenal drives all around. I feel like Lemons will feel hard done by there. He could have been in the fight for the win, but with a disconnect he had no chance. Haytham has really stepped up his game on F1 26 so far. If he can continue this form, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Best of the rest today. Good job from him. Yeah. Hope you've all enjoyed your race. If you got feedback on how you feel the new game is, pop it in the chat. I'm sure people will be happy to hear it. Let's see how people got on. Sorry if comms wasn't the best. I say I've not been feeling the best, so yeah. Just did. Well done for everyone for finishing. 22 cars finished. First time in PGR. Good job. New PGR record. Pigeons out on the wets. Doing pigeon things. Thought he'd test out the tyres for us. But the future looks bright, in my opinion. Future looks bright. No problem, Milanis, no problem, Tug. The wets don't look like the best tyre, Pidge. A lot of comments in the chat about the new game's battery management, how people feel, the racing. So we got driver of the day Haytham, not surprising. Fastest lap Pigeon, definitely on those wets. Sultan won. Most overtakes go to Dev, and cleanest driver was Tuck. Grim Sleeper picking up a P10. Good job for him. We'll quickly screenshot those things. Right, that's me, guys. I'm gonna head off. I will catch you in a bit. Bye bye.